Alex Carter stood in the bustling halls of the Galactic Council, surrounded by delegates from various alien species. He felt a mix of excitement and anxiety as he prepared for his first major diplomatic mission. Humans were still a new presence in the galaxy, and Alex knew that every interaction counted. However, today, his mind was elsewhere. Just a few months ago, Alex had been close to someone who made his heart race, Princess Lyra of the Zinthari. She was unlike anyone he had ever met, with her shimmering skin that glowed like starlight and eyes that seemed to hold the mysteries of the universe. They had spent countless hours talking, laughing, and sharing their dreams for the future. But then, without warning, the Zinthari had called her back home to serve her people, and Alex was left feeling empty and lost. He tried to focus on the meeting, but Lyra's absence felt like a weight on his chest. As he listened to the discussions about trade agreements and treaties, his thoughts drifted back to her. He remembered the way she smiled, how her laughter filled the air, and the warmth of her hand in his. They had shared a connection that was deep and genuine, one that Alex had never experienced before. Days turned into weeks, and Alex found himself staring at the stars from his apartment, wishing he could reach out to her. He missed her more than he had anticipated. The distance between them felt insurmountable, and he struggled with feelings of sadness and longing. How could he bridge the gap when she was light years away? As the meeting wrapped up, Alex stepped outside, hoping to clear his mind. The night sky was beautiful, filled with countless stars, each one a reminder of how far apart they were. He pulled out his communicator and stared at the screen, contemplating whether to send her a message. But what would he say? "Hey, Lyra, I miss you." It felt so inadequate. Maybe she's too busy, he whispered to himself, trying to convince himself that it was for the best. But deep down, he knew he needed to reconnect. The thought of never hearing from her again filled him with dread. He remembered their last conversation, how she had promised to write, but the messages had stopped coming. Was she okay? Did she still think of him? Taking a deep breath, Alex decided he wouldn't give up so easily. He needed to find a way to reach out. He returned to his apartment, his mind racing with ideas. He could send gifts something special from Earth that would remind her of their time together. Maybe a small piece of jewelry or a photo book of their adventures. But would that be enough? Days passed, and Alex spent every free moment planning. He gathered photos of the two of them, capturing moments of laughter and joy. He even included a handwritten letter, pouring out his feelings on the pages. "I miss you more than words can say," he wrote. "You brought light into my life, and I want to share new memories with you." With everything prepared, Alex felt a spark of hope. He packaged the gifts carefully and sent them off to the Zinthari homeworld, praying they would reach her. The waiting was agonizing, but he held on to the belief that she would appreciate the gesture. Maybe it would remind her of the bond they shared, and she would feel compelled to reach out. Weeks turned into a month, and just as Alex began to lose hope, he received a message. His heart raced as he opened the communication from Lyra. The screen lit up with her familiar face, and he could hardly contain his excitement. "Alex," she exclaimed, her voice warm and inviting. "I got your gifts." Tears welled up in his eyes as he listened to her recount how much the photos meant to her. She spoke of her life back home, the challenges she faced, and how she missed him too. "It's been hard without you," she admitted. "I often think about our time together. You made me feel understood in a way no one else does." In that moment, Alex felt a rush of relief and joy. They were still connected, despite the distance. The conversation flowed easily, filled with laughter and shared stories. They spoke about their dreams and the future, and Alex felt hope blossom in his heart. Maybe they could find a way to be together again, to bridge the gap that separated them. As their call came to an end, Lyra looked at him with sincerity. "I want to visit you, Alex. I want to see your world and share ours together." Her words filled him with excitement. They could create new memories, explore each other's cultures, and strengthen their bond. "Please, come soon," Alex replied, his heart swelling with anticipation. "I can't wait to show you everything." As he ended the call, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. He realized that love could conquer distances, and that hope was a powerful force. He might have felt distant from Lyra for a time, but now he understood that their connection was unbreakable. With a smile on his face, Alex looked up at the stars. He knew that no matter the challenges ahead, they would find a way to be together. Their story was just beginning, and he was ready to embrace whatever the universe had in store for them. After their heartfelt conversation, Alex Carter felt a renewed sense of hope. The connection he had with Princess Lyra was stronger than ever, despite the vast distance between Earth and her home planet, Zinther. However, after their call ended, Alex still felt a heaviness in his heart. He longed to be with her, to hold her close, and to share his life in person. Days turned into weeks, and every day felt like a small eternity. Alex kept busy with work at the Galactic Council, but his thoughts often drifted back to Lyra. He missed her laughter, her smile, and the way she made the universe feel just a little brighter. He would often find himself staring out at the stars, wishing he could reach out and touch the constellations that connected their worlds. One evening, after a long day of meetings, Alex decided to take a walk to clear his mind. The night sky was clear, and the stars sparkled like diamonds scattered across a dark velvet cloth. He found a quiet spot on a hill overlooking the city, where the lights twinkled below like a reflection of the stars above. Sitting down, he pulled out his communicator, hoping to send Lyra a quick message. "Just wanted to say, I'm thinking of you," he typed, his fingers hovering over the keys. But then he hesitated. Would that be enough? He wanted to share more than just words. He wanted to share his heart. Instead of sending the message, Alex decided to record a video. He took a deep breath and began speaking, his voice filled with emotion. "Hey Lyra, it's me, Alex. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. I miss you so much. I wish you were here with me, under this beautiful sky. I want to show you everything, this place, my friends, my life. I hope you're doing well and that we can be together soon." After sending the video, he lay back on the grass, gazing at the stars. He imagined Lyra lying on a similar hill back home, looking up at the same stars and thinking of him. The thought brought a smile to his face, and he closed his eyes, allowing the gentle night breeze to calm his thoughts. The next morning, Alex woke up with a sense of excitement. Maybe today would be the day he heard from Lyra again. He quickly got ready and headed to the Galactic Council office. As he walked through the corridors, he couldn't shake the feeling of anticipation. Around midday, while he was reviewing documents, a notification pinged on his communicator. His heart raced as he opened it, revealing a message from Lyra. "Alex, I received your video. It made me so happy. I miss you too. I can't wait to show you Zinther when I visit." Alex's heart soared. The thought of her coming to Earth filled him with joy and a sense of purpose. He quickly replied, "I can't wait either. I'll make sure everything is perfect for your visit." As the days passed, they exchanged messages regularly. Lyra shared stories about her life as a princess, the responsibilities she had, and the beauty of her home planet. She described the vibrant colors of Zinther's forests and the way the twin moons illuminated the night sky. Alex listened, captivated by her words, and shared his own experiences on Earth, from the bustling cities to the serene countryside. One evening, while they were video chatting, Alex noticed something different about Lyra. She seemed a bit distant, her smile slightly forced. "Is everything okay?" he asked, concern flooding his voice. Lyra hesitated, her eyes flickering as if she were deciding how much to share. It's just, being a princess is hard. There's so much pressure to uphold our traditions and meet expectations. Sometimes I feel lost. Alex felt a pang of sadness for her. You don't have to face it all alone, Lyra. I'm here for you, no matter the distance. You're not just a princess to me. You're my friend, and I care about you. Her expression softened, and for a moment, the distance seemed to shrink. Thank you, Alex. It means a lot to me. I just wish I could be there with you, to share everything in person. I wish that too, he replied earnestly. But we'll make it happen. We can create new memories together. Just think about all the adventures we'll have. They talked late into the night, sharing dreams and plans for the future. The more they spoke, the more Alex realized how much he wanted to be there for her, to support her through her struggles. He didn't want to just be a voice on a screen. He wanted to be her partner, her confidant dot. As the days turned into weeks, the anticipation of Lyra's visit grew. Alex planned everything meticulously, wanting to show her the best of Earth. He arranged for her to see the beautiful landscapes, the bustling cities, and even the quiet corners where they could share intimate moments. He wanted her to feel at home, even if it was a world so different from her own. Finally, the day arrived. Alex stood at the spaceport, his heart. The days after Princess Lyra's arrival on Earth were filled with joy and adventure. Alex Carter felt as if he were living in a dream. They explored the beauty of his world together, from the lush green parks to the bustling streets of the city. Every moment was a chance to create new memories, and Alex cherished each one. But as the excitement of Lyra's visit continued, Alex couldn't shake a feeling of unease. He noticed that sometimes, when they were alone, Lyra would stare off into the distance, her smile fading for a moment. It was as if she was lost in thought, and Alex wondered what was troubling her. He wanted to ask, but he didn't want to ruin the joy they had just begun to share that one warm evening. They found themselves sitting on a blanket in a quiet park, surrounded by the sounds of nature. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Alex turned to Lyra, who was gazing at the horizon, a thoughtful look on her face. "What are you thinking about?" he asked gently. Lyra turned to him, her eyes filled with emotion. "I'm so happy to be here with you, Alex, but I feel like there's something I need to tell you, something important." Alex's heart raced at her words. "You can tell me anything, Lyra. I'm here for you." Taking a deep breath, Lyra replied, "I've been thinking about my life back home and the responsibilities that come with being a princess. My family has expectations for me, and I want to make them proud. But I also want to follow my heart." Alex listened intently, feeling a mix of concern and admiration for her courage. "You don't have to choose between your duty and what you want, Lyra. You can find a way to balance both." She smiled softly at him. "I hope so, but there's more. Since I arrived, I've been feeling different. I took a test, and it confirmed what I feared." "What do you mean?" Alex asked, his heart pounding. Lyra's voice trembled as she spoke the words that would change everything. "I'm pregnant, Alex, and it's yours." Time seemed to stand still as Alex processed her words. He felt a mixture of shock, joy, and fear wash over him. A baby? The thought was overwhelming. "Are you sure?" he finally managed to ask, his voice barely above a whisper. "Yes," she replied, her eyes filled with tears. "I didn't know how to tell you. I was scared about how you would react and what it would mean for us." Alex took a moment to gather his thoughts. He felt a surge of emotions, excitement about becoming a father, but also fear of how they would navigate this new reality together. "Lyra, this is incredible, but it's also a lot to take in. What do we do now?" She nodded, wiping away a tear. I don't know. I want to keep the baby, but I'm worried about how my family will react. They might not accept a human child. Alex felt a sense of determination rising within him. We will figure this out together, Lyra. We can show your family that love knows no boundaries. Our child will be a symbol of our connection, a bridge between our worlds. Lyra looked at him, hope flickering in her eyes. You really think so? I believe it, Alex replied firmly. We can be a family, and I will support you every step of the way. They spent the rest of the evening talking, discussing what their future might look like. They talked about how to introduce the idea to Lyra's family and how they would raise their child together. The more they spoke, the more Alex felt the weight of the world lift from his shoulders. In the days that followed, they prepared for the conversation with her family. Alex could sense Lyra's anxiety, but he held her hand and reassured her that they would face this challenge together. They would show her family that their love was strong enough to overcome any obstacle. When the day finally arrived, they stood together in front of the shimmering portal that would take them back to Zinther. Alex felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He had never met Lyra's family before, and he wanted to make a good impression. As they stepped through the portal, Alex was awestruck by the beauty of Zinther. The colors were more vibrant than he had imagined, and the air was filled with fragrant flowers and the sounds of alien wildlife. It was a world full of wonder, but nothing compared to the wonder he felt for Lyra and their future child. They were greeted by Lyra's family in a grand hall adorned with shimmering crystals. Her parents, the king and queen, looked regal and powerful. Alex felt small in comparison, but he stood tall, ready to face whatever challenge lay ahead. Lyra, my dear, her mother exclaimed, embracing her tightly. We have missed you so much, Lyra smiled, but Alex could see the tension in her shoulders. Mother, there is something important I need to tell you. As they gathered around, Lyra took a deep breath. I'm pregnant, and it's Alex's child. Silence filled the room as her family processed her words. Alex's heart raced as he waited for their reaction. He could feel their eyes on him, judging and evaluating. Her father, the king, was the first to speak. A human child? This is unexpected. Lyra stepped forward, her voice steady. But I love Alex, and our child will be a part of both of our worlds. We want to raise the baby together. Her mother looked at Alex, her expression softening. And how do you feel about this, young man? I love Lyra, Alex replied honestly, and I want to support her and our child. I believe our families can come together and create something beautiful. After a long pause, the queen finally nodded. Love is a powerful force. If you truly believe in this, then we will support you both. Our family may be different, but we can learn to accept and embrace this new life. Relief washed over Alex and Lyra as they exchanged hopeful glances. It was a beginning, a step toward building a family despite their differences. As they left the palace, hand in hand, Alex felt a wave of joy wash over him. They had faced the unknown together, and their love had triumphed. They would welcome their child into a world where love knew no boundaries. Underneath the same stars that had once felt so far away, Alex realized that together they could overcome any challenge. They were no longer distant. They were united by love, hope, and the promise of their future. And in that moment, as they looked forward to the journey ahead, the words echoed in their hearts. I'm pregnant, and it's yours, human. After the initial joy of sharing their news, Alex Carter and Princess Lyra found themselves facing new challenges. While they had gained the acceptance of Lyra's family, the reality of their different cultures began to create misunderstandings. Both were excited to build their lives together, but the differences between their worlds often felt overwhelming. Back on Earth, Alex tried his best to prepare for the arrival of their baby, but he noticed Lyra becoming increasingly anxious. She would often sit quietly, lost in thought. One evening, as they sat together in the living room, he decided to address his concerns. "Lyra, is everything okay?" he asked gently. "You seem worried." She looked up at him, her eyes reflecting a mix of emotions. "I'm happy to be here, Alex, but sometimes I feel like I don't belong. Everything is so different from Zinther. I worry about how our child will fit into both worlds." Alex nodded, understanding her fears. "I get that. It's a big change for both of us. But we can create a space for our child that honors both cultures. We can teach them about Earth and Zinther." Lyra smiled weakly, but Alex could see the worry still in her eyes. "What if my family doesn't accept our child fully? What if they see me as less of a princess for choosing a human?" "Lyra," Alex said firmly, "you are so much more than a title. You are strong and brave. We will make this work together. We will show everyone that love is what matters most." She squeezed his hand, grateful for his support. "I want to believe that, but it's hard sometimes." As the weeks went by, they decided to introduce their families to each other more formally. They planned a gathering where both Alex's family and Lyra's family could meet. It was a big step, and the pressure weighed heavily on both of them. On the day of the gathering, Alex felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. He had invited his parents to meet Lyra and her family at the park where they had shared many happy moments. He wanted to create a warm and welcoming atmosphere. As the sun shone brightly overhead, he set up a picnic area with blankets and a spread of food from both Earth and ZYNTHR. When Lyra arrived with her parents, Alex's heart raced. She looked stunning in a flowing dress that shimmered like the stars, but he could sense her nerves. He greeted her with a warm hug, and together they welcomed her family. "Thank you for coming," Alex said, trying to ease the tension. "I hope you enjoy everything we've prepared." Lyra's parents smiled, but Alex noticed the slight hesitation in their expressions. They were clearly unfamiliar with Earth customs, and he worried that they might not feel comfortable. As they began to eat, the conversation started off well. Alex introduced his family to Lyra's parents, and they exchanged pleasantries. But as the discussions continued, cultural differences began to surface. Lyra's mother, the Queen, asked about Alex's upbringing. "What is your family's view on royalty?" she inquired, raising an eyebrow. Alex smiled, trying to explain. "In human culture, we don't have royalty like you do. We respect leaders, but we focus more on individual achievements." Lyra's father interjected, "But how can you understand the weight of responsibility? A royal family's duty is to its people." Alex felt the tension rising. "I understand that responsibility is important, but love and support for one another also matter. That's how we build strong families." The conversation shifted, but Alex could feel the unease. He looked at Lyra, who seemed torn between. As the days turned into weeks, Alex Carter and Princess Lyra found themselves navigating the complexities of their relationship. They had faced cultural challenges and family expectations, but the love they shared remained strong. Now, with their baby on the way, they knew they had to work together to create a future that honored both of their worlds. One sunny morning, as Alex prepared breakfast in the kitchen, he felt a sense of excitement mixed with anxiety. Today was the day they had planned to invite Lyra's parents to experience more of Earth. They wanted to show them the beauty of his world and how much he cared for their daughter. Alex wanted them to see that love transcended cultural differences. "Are you ready, Lyra?" he called from the kitchen, flipping pancakes on the stove. Lyra appeared, her face bright with anticipation. "I am. I can't wait for them to see everything." As they ate breakfast together, Alex noticed a glint of nervousness in Lyra's eyes. "You're going to do great," he assured her. "Just be yourself. Your parents love you, and they'll want to see what makes you happy." After breakfast, they prepared for the day ahead. Alex had planned a tour of the city, showcasing its parks, landmarks, and the vibrant culture of Earth. He hoped that, by experiencing his world, Lyra's parents would understand their relationship better. When the doorbell rang, Alex's heart raced. He opened the door to find Lyra's parents standing together, looking regal yet slightly apprehensive. "Welcome," he said warmly, gesturing for them to enter. "Thank you for inviting us," the Queen said, her voice polite but formal. As they stepped inside, Alex could sense the tension in the air. He greeted them with a smile, hoping to ease their worries. "We have a fun day planned. I want to show you some of the beautiful places in our city." They all piled into Alex's car, and as they drove through the streets, he pointed out various landmarks. He explained the history behind each place, sharing stories that highlighted the beauty of Earth's cultures. Lyra sat beside him, her hand resting on his, giving him strength. Their first stop was a large park filled with blooming flowers and tall trees. Families were enjoying picnics, children were playing, and the atmosphere was joyful. "This is one of my favorite places," Alex said, leading them to a large grassy area where people were playing frisbee. "It's a great spot to relax and enjoy nature." As they walked through the park, Lyra's father observed everything with a critical eye. He seemed to be comparing it to Zinther, and Alex felt a wave of uncertainty. Would he ever be able to impress him? "Tell me, Alex," the king began, "how do you ensure the well-being of your people? What is your duty as a leader?" Alex paused for a moment, gathering his thoughts. "In my culture, leadership is about service. We listen to our people and work to improve their lives. Love and community are what bind us together." The king nodded, but Alex could see that he was still skeptical. They continued walking, and Lyra spoke up, sharing her experiences of her life as a princess on Zinther. She talked about the responsibilities she carried, the importance of family, and the love she felt for Alex. Her mother listened intently, and for a moment, Alex thought he could see her melting defenses. They stopped to watch a group of children playing with a puppy, and the queen smiled as she saw their joy. "Perhaps there is beauty in this world after all," she admitted softly, looking at Lyra and Alex. After the park, they visited a local market filled with colorful stalls selling everything from handmade crafts to delicious food. Alex introduced them to his favorite dishes, and they all sampled street food together. Lyra's father seemed to enjoy the flavors, and for the first time, he laughed at a joke Alex made. As they explored, Alex felt a sense of hope growing. He could see the walls around Lyra's parents slowly starting to come down. He shared more stories about his life, his dreams, and how excited he was to become a father. At one stall, they found a vendor selling handmade pottery. Lyra picked up a beautiful vase, admiring its intricate design. "This reminds me of the art on Zinther," she said, her face lighting up. "Would you like it?" Alex asked, wanting to surprise her. "Yes, it would be a lovely addition to our home," she replied, her eyes sparkling. With a smile, Alex purchased the vase, and Lyra beamed with gratitude. Her parents exchanged glances, and Alex sensed they were starting to appreciate the bond between him and their daughter. As the day continued, they visited a museum that showcased the history and culture of Earth. Lyra's parents were fascinated by the exhibits, and they even participated in a workshop where they learned to create traditional crafts. Alex watched as Lyra shared laughs with her family, feeling a sense of belonging wash over him. That evening, as they returned to Alex's home, he felt a surge of joy. The day had gone better than he had hoped. They were all tired but happy, and the atmosphere was warm and relaxed. "Thank you for today, Alex," Lyra said softly, her eyes shining with appreciation. "I think my parents enjoyed it." "I'm glad," he replied, smiling. "It felt good to share my world with you." As they sat together, Lyra's mother spoke up. "Alex, I must admit, I was skeptical at first, but seeing how much you care for Lyra and how you embrace each other's cultures gives me hope. I can see why she chose you." The words filled Alex with warmth. "Thank you, Your Majesty. Lyra is extraordinary, and I will always support her and our child." Lyra's father nodded, a hint of a smile on his lips. "We have much to learn from each other. Our worlds are different, but love can bridge those differences." As they talked late into the night, Alex felt a sense of acceptance growing between them. They shared stories, hopes, and dreams, and the barriers that once felt so tall began to crumble. When Lyra and her parents finally left, Alex stood at the door, feeling a mix of exhaustion and happiness. He had faced his fears and shown them the beauty of his world, and in return, they had opened their hearts to him. Later that night, as he lay in bed, Alex reflected on the day. He had felt distant from Lyra's family at first, but now there was a growing bond. He knew that together they could create a future filled with love and understanding in the soft glow of the moonlight. He whispered a promise to himself and to Lyra. They would continue to work together, face challenges, and embrace their love. They were building a family that would honor both of their cultures, and he believed that their child would thrive in a world where love conquered all differences. Asterisk with awe. Each passing day, Alex Carter and Princess Lyra grew closer, but the reality of their different worlds still loomed over them. They were happy, but they faced challenges that tested their love. As Lyra's pregnancy progressed, the couple knew they had to prepare for the arrival of their child. The excitement was mixed with fear about how their families would react, how they would raise their baby in two different cultures. One afternoon, as they sat together in a cozy cafe, Lyra looked thoughtful. "Alex, I've been thinking a lot about our child's future. What if my family doesn't accept them? What if they don't see our child as a true Zinthari?" Alex took her hand, feeling the warmth of her skin against his. "We will show them that love knows no boundaries. Our child will be a bridge between our worlds. We can teach them about both Earth and Zinthar." Lyra nodded, but the worry in her eyes remained. "It's not just my family. What about the people of Zinthar? Some may not accept a human child. They might see it as a threat to our traditions." "We can be their advocates," Alex replied confidently. "We can share our story and show everyone how strong our love is. We'll prove that our child can carry the best of both cultures." Just then, a loud noise interrupted their conversation. A group of Zinthari protesters had gathered outside the cafe, holding signs that read, "Zinthar for Zinthari," and "No humans allowed." Alex's heart sank as he realized the challenge they were about to face. "Lyra, we need to be careful," he said, concern etched on his face. "Let's not draw attention to ourselves." But Lyra stood up, her eyes fierce. "No, Alex, we can't hide. We need to show them that love can bring us together." With determination, she walked outside, and Alex followed closely behind her. The protesters shouted, their voices filled with anger and fear. Lyra raised her hands, trying to calm them down. "Please, listen to me," she called out. The crowd quieted slightly, surprised to see their princess standing among them. "I know you have concerns, but I am here to tell you that love is stronger than fear. I am carrying a child who will be a part of both our worlds." A few murmurs spread through the crowd. Alex stepped forward, joining Lyra. "This child will not be a threat. They will be a symbol of unity, a reminder that we can all coexist. I love Lyra, and I will do everything to protect her and our baby." The atmosphere was tense. Some protesters looked skeptical, while others began to show signs of understanding. You think a human can represent Zinther? One voice shouted. From the crowd, yes, Lyra replied passionately. Love knows no species. We are all connected in this universe. We can learn from each other and grow together. Alex felt a surge of pride as he watched Lyra speak. She was brave and strong, standing up for their love in the face of adversity. Slowly, people in the crowd began to nod, and a few even lowered their signs. After a few moments, an elder Zinthari woman stepped forward. We have always valued our traditions, but we must also adapt. If you truly believe in this child, then we should give them a chance. Lyra smiled, hope shining in her eyes.